Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today, doing the Eubank versus Smith is on video, as Chris Eubank Jr., middleweight contender, former world title challenger, is battling former junior middleweight champion Liam Smith, as they're gonna dance here at 160 pounds middleweight. Chris Eubank Jr. trying to bounce back from the fallout of the Conor Benn fight not taking place. That one was supposed to take place in October, and Conor Benn tested positive for for a couple for performance enhancing drugs, and that made the fight not happen, and that would have been a big one for both fighters. But Eubank has decided to take on Liam Smith, who's a good former world champion. He stopped Jesse Vargas earlier this year, and he's trying to just climb back into the mix of he's trying to climb into the mix of the middleweight division, because this is basically I think he debuted technically at middleweight back in September and got a stoppage win over low level competition, but this is his first big test at middleweight right here. And Eubank is just trying to keep himself in the mix to land a big fight. There was talks about him and Triple G fighting, but Eubank, my biggest problem with him is this. He beat Liam Williams convincingly, who was a solid middleweight, put him down 4 times, got a convincing decision, and it was just like, why doesn't he fight the top guys more so he can set these kind of fights up, set up those big fights like with your Triple Gs and stuff. So he has a big enough name to where if he stays busy and continues to beat all these other guys and keep himself in the mix of the rankings of the governing bodies, then he can throw himself into those big time fights at some point. But he doesn't stay busy enough, and that's been an ongoing issue. And it's not all his fault, other guys have been reluctant to fight him, but he definitely does. In my opinion, it's definitely more him than anything else, because he just avoids those big fights, by not staying in the mix and not staying busy. He avoids those other fights. So for me, he's gotta stay busy. He's got to keep fighting, and that's the only way to secure the big fights. And taking on guys that are legit middleweights like Liam Williams, like Liam Smith, who beat Liam Williams twice. Beating these kind of guys can propel Eubank to a bigger fight like a Triple G or John Eubank or guys like that for the world title. And once you become a world champion, you got even half of a name, which he does, then that just elevates you to bigger fights. And Liam Smith is one of those just grinders too on the other side of the ring. He's a grinder. He's there to get into the mix, to fight for world titles. He's been in the ring with Canelo. He's fought solid competition throughout his career. He's been in there with Jaime Munguia. He's been in there with good fighters, and he's performed well enough to keep himself a legitimate contender to this point. And now at middleweight, probably in the twilight of his career, he wants to make an impression and get himself a title shot. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, he did what he needed to do against Jesse Vargas. When he fought Magomed Kurbanov, a lot of people feel he got robbed in that fight back in I think that was 2021. Liam Smith is just staying busy, and he wants the big fights. He wants that push, and this is a big domestic fight right here in the UK between 2 top middleweight contenders, and we're going to see who the better man is. So Saturday, January, what is it? I think 21st, yeah. And I'm unclear on where it's going to take place. I'm hoping DAZN picks it up, because Sky Sports is airing this fight right now, so I'm hoping DAZN gets the American TV rights to this fight to be able to broadcast it in the United States, or I'm hoping ESPN Plus picks it up. But should be a pretty solid middleweight showdown Saturday, January 21st. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Liam Smith is on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.